Monday's lesson, the first paragraph says, Hebrews says that Jesus was not ashamed to call us brethren. Despite being one with God, Jesus embraced us as part of his family. This solidarity contrasts with the public shaming that the reader of Hebrews suffered in their communities. And the lesson goes on to describe in the early church, some of them were struggling with insecurities, embarrassment. They didn't want to be identified as Christian because they were being mocked and maybe even persecuted, made fun of. And so there's a lesson here. How do we handle today being an object of scorn in our communities for standing up or identifying ourselves as Christian? You remember the story of Elijah? Did he at one time feel like he was the only one? And God said there's 7,000 who hadn't bowed the knee, remember? That was encouraging to know he wasn't the last. There were 7,000 more. But think that through. Okay, God has just confirmed there's 7,001, because of Elijah, in Israel that haven't bowed the knee. How many people do you think were in Israel? About 14,000? Hundreds of thousands? A million? In other words, we don't know the exact number, but the 7,001, majority or tiny minority? Tiny minority. But wait, were they really? Do you remember a short time later, Elijah's gone, Elisha's taken over. There's an enemy coming to attack. Elisha in 2 Kings 6:16 says to his servant, don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Because we had suddenly 500,000 Israelites coming out to stand by them? That's why we had more on our side?
The angels came to help.
Okay, so this is important what I'm trying to teach you here. In this world, you may find yourself surrounded by human forces like Jesus, like the apostles, like Elijah and the 7,000, where if you look at this only in the lens of earthly things, you might be in the minority. But you must remember, we're in this world, but not of this world. If you include the entire universe that God governs, we're in the majority. Only 1/3 of the angels, there's 2/3 of the angels and all the sinless inhabited worlds out there that are on our side. Only here does it sometimes, when we lose that perspective, feel like we're in the minority. You can always remember, if you're on God's side, you're in the majority in this universe. So don't be discouraged. I just want to give that point. Tuesday's lesson.